You know, there's something about a deck of cards that most people don't know. Only magicians know. And that's something that magicians use to do their magic. And that is that a deck of cards can actually talk to a magician. That's right. You wonder how a magician can find somebody's selected card. Well, the cards actually talk to them, sometimes mentally and sometimes in a very tangible way. I'll give you a demonstration with this deck of cards. So we'll get these kind of mixed up. And in fact, go ahead and cut the cards if you want to. That's good. And let's just have you select a card. So we'll go like this, and they'll just take a card out. I want you to slide one out like that. There you go. Don't need to look at it yet. We're going to figure it out together. And you can have them not look at it or look at it. It doesn't matter. We'll have them not look at it in this case. And say the deck is actually going to tell me what your card is. And all I have to do is listen to it like this. And I have to ask it a question. I want to say, now, I need to know if this card is a red or a black card. It's the only possibilities in the deck. And the deck will tell me that it is a red card. See, I can actually hear it say it's a red card. So that's a red. So it means it's either a heart or a diamond. Make sure. Yeah, it's a red card. Now, if I can't hear it, there's another way for me to do it. I can just ask it, what's the color of the card? And this is what the deck will say. I just spell out the word color. C-O-L-O-R. Yeah, it's a red card. So I heard correctly. But I also need to know the value of that card. What's the number? So I can listen. I'm sorry, say that again? I didn't catch it. Well, we'll just spell out number. So it would be like this, N-U-M-B-E-R, and we get a number, a value. So now I know we've got a red card that's a 2. What I don't know is whether it is a 2 of hearts or a 2 of diamonds. So I have to ask it, what is it? Is it a heart or a diamond? I know it's a 2, and I know it's red. Is it a heart or... It's telling me it's a diamond. Let's just see if that's true. Is it a heart or is it a diamond? Oh, it's a diamond. So the deck just told me that your card is a red 2 of diamonds. Is that true? What do you know? Works every time. All right, let me show you how this works. This is an old trick. In fact, this method, I should say, is about 100 years old. If you ever heard of Stebbins, that's what this is. This is a trick done with a stack of cards that's called the Stebbins stack. That means the deck is in a stacked order that you have to memorize. And in this case, you don't really have to know the Stebbins order to perform this trick. You just need the deck to be in the Stebbins order. And I do have a video, if you're not familiar with Stebbins stack, that teaches that. I'll put it in the description. I'll put a link in it's my training video that will teach you how to set up a Stebbins deck, how to remember the order, and there's literally hundreds of tricks that you can do with the Stebbins stack. And in fact, while I'm putting these back in order here, I'll just tell you that I'm going to work on a series of videos that are just tricks with Stebbins, because there's just so many things you can do. But just in a nutshell, the Stebbins stack, the cards are in a particular order. It's mathematical, and it's in a memorized suit: clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, chased, it's called, and then the cards increase by 3. So again, if you're not familiar with Stebbins, watch that video. When you have a deck that's stacked like this, and it's a cyclical stack, in other words, it goes in a circle, it repeats, that means you can cut the deck all you want, and it doesn't lose its order, right? It's just a big cycle or a big circle. Some stacks don't work that way, but the Stebbins does, and so you can do this trick with it. There are stacks like Juan Tamariz has a very famous stack called the mnemonica. That's not cyclical, it's numerical, it's a linear. So, but this stack, Stebbins, allows us to perform the trick that I just performed. You can also use a stack called the 8 Kings, and I'll put a description for that one too. That's a different kind of a stack. It's not mathematical, it's called a poetic stack, because it's a poem for you to memorize the order of the cards. 8 Kings, 3, 10, 2, 7. And so it works with that too. So if you use the 8 Kings stack or you use the Stebbins stack, you can do the same routine that I just did. It doesn't matter which one of those you use, which is kind of unique. It just works automatically, honestly. I'll tell you how it works, but basically if you just did what I did, you would do the trick. So let's run through it. So we can cut up the cards. Obviously, you can do some false shuffling if you want to, but you can cut the cards all you want. when they take a card out of the deck like this is their chosen card. You want to make sure this half goes up here, because this is where their card would belong normally, right there. Now, all I have to do, I'm going to look for the color and then the number and then the suit in that order. One of the ways I can know the color is just by peeking the bottom, because in a size Stebbins stack, every other card, black, red, black, red, black, red, as you can see, right? Black, red, just because it goes chased, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. So to know the color of this card, all I had to do was peek at the bottom. And when I was going like this, and what is it? I just looked and saw that this is red, so now I know it's a black card. So at this point, I know it's a black card. Now, the other thing I would do is say, well, if I didn't know, I could just spell out the word color, which you'll do. You'll spell out the word color, C-O-L-O-R, and then the next card after the spelling will be the color of that card, just because of the way the stack works. Now, I would say now I need to know the number, right? And you can, and what I prefer to do is just pretend like I didn't hear the numbers. Since I know the size Stebbins stack, I could figure it out just by calculating the size Stebbins, what that next card is. But you don't have to do that. It's even easier just by going, let's see, what is that? I'm sorry, I didn't get the value. I need to know the value. And what's the number again? I didn't hear it. I guess we'll have to ask this way. N-U-M-B-E-R, and then the next card that comes up is going to be the value of their card. Now I know that they have a black 9. This is definitely a black 9. As the magician, I actually know it is the 9 of spades, because it's going to be the opposite of the suit. But I don't say that. I say, now I need to figure out the suit. It's either going to be a spade or it's going to be a club, because we know it's a black 9, but which one is it? I actually already know. I pretend like I don't. And they go, or I can say, let's see, let me figure out, let me tell it to me. Oh yeah, it's telling me spade. I think it says spade, but let's ask to make sure. Is it a spade or is it a club? The next card will be a spade. And now I can say, now I know you have a black 9 of spades. There it is. So again, it's automatic because the cards are in a very particular order. The Cy Stebbins stack. So Cy Stebbins was an interesting character. That was a stage name of a man who played sort of this bumbling buffoon character on stage. I forget his real name. I have to go look it up. 100 years ago. And it was kind of ironic. He played sort of a bumbling fool as his character, when in reality it was an absolute genius. And he's the one who developed the stack that probably millions of magicians have been using for the last 100 years. And like I said, there's so many tricks you can do with the Cy Stebbins stack. The disadvantage of a stack is that you can't shuffle the cards. But that's okay, because you can do some false shuffling, you can do a lot of cutting, and you can also have somebody take a card out of the middle of the deck, which means you can get away with not shuffling too much. Okay? So that is one great trick you can do with the Cy Stebbins. I really encourage you to learn that stack and to watch for my videos in the future, where I show you a lot more tricks you can do with this incredible method called Cy Stebbins.